Hi there, my name is Irene and I want to tell you about all books I want to read in the month of September. It's not completely fair because September is already here and it's almost the middle of September and I am very behind of everything I want to read, but still I can discuss some things. And there is a concept that I want to introduce. If you can hear some background noise, I'm very sorry, but my kids are watching Harry Potter and who am I to interrupt this? And you know, I try to sneak out and film a video. So, books. Last few months I read a lot of things that I thought that I have to read. I need to read to be a good reader. Or I need to be a reader that I imagine myself. So I am the reader that read Hilary Mantel and social dramas and contemporary fiction to be on the edge of understanding what's going on in the world. Though most of these books are very, very good and I appreciate them for many things, I felt quite miserable in a whole about my reading life. And after explaining once more for my husband why I am so sad reading that book or another, and I begin to think, does the books always need to bring me struggle, tears, or do they need sometimes to bring me pure joy and nothing else? Jane Austen July was somewhat enjoyable experience, very enjoyable experience actually, but I don't want to read the same books over and over again. So I decided to try in the last half of the year to stuck with books that I really want to read and DNF books if I do not like them. Second, try to be more of a mood reader. So if I'm in mood for fantasy or romance, I'll try to read this. And also I want to discover old favorite genres. So there are a few genres that I am very fond of, and my reading life before BookTube were mostly of these genres. It's mystery, not so much thriller, but let's count it there, but most mystery, detective mystery stories, all these court mysteries, fantasy novels, and I am very behind in fantasy. That's why it's keep me from picking up fantasy, because all these books that I want to read, they are BookTube darlings for many years and nobody will want to view video about them. I haven't read any Brandon Sanderson books and I really want to, but what's the point of starting Brandon Sanderson in 2021 and telling people about this? So I want to read more fantasy and maybe classics, and October is, I think, will be on October, and I think it's a good thing to start with. So we'll start with some classics, mysteries and fantasy novels. There will be in between. I really am excited about Sally Rooney's new book, but I want to read books that I'm excited about. And with this thought in mind, I decided to be September and partly October mystery reading months. So I want to read as much mysteries, thrillers, but most mysteries as I can. But I have a rough start. There will be later reviews about these books, but now let's pretend this is beginning of the month and I'll tell you about all the mysteries that I wanted to read in the month of September. So let's start with books that I took from the library. There are 3 books, 2 in physical form and 1 in Kindle form. So in physical form, I have The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. This is dark academia mystery novel. I haven't read Silent Patient, the other book by this author, so I'm going blank on this. I have no idea, only I know that this is Dark Academia mystery thriller, and it's like an homage for Secret History by Donna Tartt, which I also want to read, but not in this month. Then I have Every Vow You Break by Peter Swanson. Will be my first Peter Swanson, and I do not have much expectation about this because I've heard so much negative reviews of this. So yeah, I just will try, and if not, I'll quit. But yeah, there is Every Vow You Break by Peter Swanson. And also there is Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman, the first one. I haven't read it. This is like for, I think, older people, like in their 80s, who discuss unsolved mysteries in their little club, something like book club or something like that. But then there is a real murder in town, and so they are on the case. I really like murder mysteries about amateur, grumpy old people, like solving the case, something like Miss Marple. So I have fairly high expectations, but again, I read so many negative reviews that I do not want to make any expectations, and I do not know nothing about the plot more than this. I did not plan this, but after Maidens I wanted something classic. So I had this like project. I wanted to reread all Hercule Poirot novels. So I read all of them, I think in my teens, and then later, so I read it like all of them like 2-3 times, but in Russian. And I want to read them in English because all the novels are not even, in quality, but also the translation was not always even. And so I want to enjoy all of them. I started to buy them, you can see them here. And I haven't brought with me this book, it's in a living room, and I don't want to go there because my kids will see me and it will end this video forever and ever. But I'm reading The Murder of Roger Ackroyd right now. And this is kind of the mystery that once read you will never forget who the murderer is. So of course I know the solving point of the mystery, but knowing this and remembering this, it's fun to pick all the little things that led Poirot to the solving of the mystery. So I enjoyed the writing style a lot, I enjoyed the mystery, I enjoyed it so much that I decided that I want to read another one in this month. And the next one is The Big Four by Agatha Christie. So this I probably will read in this month too, because I need more Agatha Christie in my life, especially if we're talking about mysteries. This is the best I can get, so I want to read this. So Agatha Christie, some contemporary thrillers, and then my idea is that I want to choose one fairly long murder mystery series that I want to read through this year and maybe the beginning of the next year. And I want to choose just one. Maybe later I will choose like comfort mysteries, I don't remember the name, something silly and fun, but also mystery. But for now I want to choose like real mysteries, thrillers, a series, and I have 3. So I decided to read the first book from each of the series and choose the one I'll prolong for now. So I have In the Woods by Tana French. This is the third in the Dublin Murder Squad series. And so I will read this and will decide, do I want to prolong with this series. I've read the one book from this series a few years ago, The Secret Place, and it was perfect. Like, I liked it so much. So I have really high expectations about these ones. I have Still Life by Louise Penny. This is the first in Armand Gamache series, and it takes place in Canada, and it's very long. It's like have 15, 16 novels for now, and she's still writing. And I heard so much good things. There is so much love in BookTube for this series, so I am very excited about this one. And again, it's not like I am choosing forever, you know, I am choosing for now, but I want to read all three of this series. So this is the second. And the third is the most short of them. This is Nikki French, Blue Monday. This was recommended by Jen Campbell. This was recommended by April from Getting Cookie With It. The main protagonist from here is Frida Klein, so this is the Frida Klein series, and she's psychotherapist, and I am very cautious about this because I am not fan of psychotherapists in books, especially as a main protagonists, and The Maidens discouraged me even more. So. But yeah, I know that there is a lot of love for this series too, so yeah, I want to read the first one and then I'll decide. I do think that these books will fill my September, but if I will have more time, you know, in September, for whatever reason, I have few literary fiction that I want to read also. This is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and Once Upon a River by Diane Satterfield. So these are true, not TBRs, but like impossibility pile things. I 100% will read Rebecca this fall, but maybe it will go to November. I don't know. Maybe I'll read it in September. That's all the books I want to read during September. That's a huge pile, and I have no idea which one I will read and how many time will I have for reading, but I am very excited about this new path in my reading life, because I became pretty discouraged from last few months, and I want to be on track of enjoying reading once more. And that's it. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, give me likes, and yeah, I am very excited to share my love for books with you in another videos. Bye.